The first house that will be featured in this clip is the Barrientos residence. The owner of the house that will be first featured in this video is no other than a CDO's pride, a boxing legend and a boxing champ, Rene Barrientos. Rene Barrientos was born in Aklan on September 25, 1943. He cemented his stature as one of the greatest hard-hitting boxers in the Philippines after reigning as the Philippine champion in the super featherweight division from 1964 to 1967. In 1969, Rene Barrientos claimed the World Boxing Council super featherweight crown after defeating American fighter Ruben Navarro at the Oronata Coliseum in Manila. In the year 1965, Mr. Rene Barrientos' house was built located in Mahogany Street, Carmen, Cagayan de Oro City. It is one-story or single-floor house with an influence of Spanish accent as their design. Also, the surroundings of the house are peaceful and inclined with nature. As you proceed to enter the house, the main entrance is sealed with grilled white gate. It is observed that the gate has Art Nouveau design, which is an ornamental style of art. Beyond the grilled white gate, you can already see these antique chairs as you enter. The furniture is characterized as a Rococo style design due to its curved line and elaborate ornamentation. Proceeding, next that you can find inside the house is a shelf. This shelf is where all Mr. Barrientos, also known as the champ, trophies, certificate, and medals are stored. Now, let's talk about its wall features, which is a plastered wall with line gaps. The purpose of the line gaps is to prevent the walls to crack due to the tropical weather in our country. Moving on, as you enter the interior of the house, you can see a door on the pathway. It is a handmade and antique door set into the entrance of the house with ornate lines, simple handmade and the use of dark wood. Carrying on, upon reaching a pathway, a large frame can be seen at the side. The frame consists of a tarpaulin with a picture of Mr. Barrientos in his early days entitled as a Junior Lightweight Champion. Continuing, at the corner of the house you can see an antique piano was placed. This piano is made from dark oak wood, wherein it was considered as an expensive and domestic type of wood that were popular in Victorian designs. Next, this area of the house is the garage. This is a roof structure garage wherein it is an indoor area or space for parking or storing vehicles. The last area of the house is called lanai. It is a type of roofed and open-sided type of porch that is mostly used by the owner to hang out and enjoy the outdoors. Thus, as you can see, the champ is resting and savoring his vacant time. So as you can see, it is not grand nor big as other houses. However, it exhibits a simple and friendly atmosphere which is beneficial for the owner since they won't have to deal with obstacles, especially the owner of the house is a senior citizen. Thus, despite of the appearance and the house age, the most important thing is that it makes the owner feel at home. Also, if ever I want to build my own house, I also want it to be simple yet elegant, just like this house featured on this video.
Hi guys, I am Roberto and with Junior. So we will do today, we will go to San Antonio Church in order that I will basically explain what type of architectural they have. So San Antonio Church is located at Nazareth 12th Street, Quilillan, de Oro City. So which is not basically far from our house because I am living in Kamamanan, Cagayan de Oro City. It is just a neighbor barangay. So let's go guys. So guys, I'm back. So basically, we are now almost in the San Antonio Church. So I will just basically hide because as what I've said, our house and San Antonio Church is near from each other. So let's go. So guys, we are now in the San Antonio Church, which is located at Nazareth 12, Cagayan de Oro. So the Church of Pega is also called San Antonio de Padua Parish Church. It is a church dedicated to Saint Antonio de Padua, making the first Antonio Church in the Philippines, probably in Asia. So this is the building guys. The San Antonio Church has a impediment on top of the building. As you can see guys, there's a triangular shape on the top of the building. and in addition, this impediment is the entrance of the building, as you can see, in which the people will enter. So as you can see, below the impediment of the entrance of the building, there's an heavy wall or a wall support. This one, guys, I will zoom it. This one, as you can see, that in order that this building is basically a strong type of architecture. The San Antonio building, it has a nice structural building which give us an example of Romanesque architecture, because it is an architecture element crowning at the upper end of the wall of the church and has a couple of bends in a church tower. It consists of gable end and small hollow circular arches. So I asked permission if I could go inside and take a video of the San Antonio Church building inside of it. So basically, this is the entrance. This is architecture and structure of the San Antonio Church de Padua. So basically, it has a strong type because as you can see in the Jesus, there's a heavy wall that protects, in order that to basically this one is basically a nice architecture for me.
My name is Quilillan, and we will be describing the designs of this house. So the house is more on modern architecture because of the designs. The painting is light. The glass, it has glass windows, more on concrete walls, and this owner of this house is my grandfather and my grandmother. And the entrance of this house is more on modern architecture. The design of the garage is more on modern architecture because of the light painting, concrete walls, and it has a steel gate. So these materials and the architecture of the house is more on modern architecture. Modern architecture is a style of building that emphasizes function and streamlined form over ornamentation. This design aesthetic is a departure from more elaborated and decorated homes like a Queen Anne, Victorian, or Gothic Revival styles. Modern architecture usually involves sharp cleanliness. Some of the main characteristics of modernist buildings are as follows. Components positioned at 90 degrees to each other with an emphasis on horizontal and vertical lines. The use of reinforced concrete and steel, visual expression of the structure rather than hiding structural elements. Most of the design in the interior of the house is modern architecture because it has a radical simplification of form, adaptation of glass, steel, and concrete. The second floor of the house is mixed with old and modern architecture because of the materials used. Most of the materials are wood and glass materials. The overall design of the house is very unique because of the different designs. Most of the design of the house is modern architecture because it has simple design. glass windows, steel, concrete walls, and bright paintings. Most of the design of the house are useful and has strong foundation. The house has a mix of modern and postmodern architecture because it has variety materials and shape through the years of renovation. That's Thank you and God bless.